So hello everyone, it's Jurassic Man here and welcome back. Today I'll be giving you guys some tips on Jurassic World Alive. So these tips will apply if you're a new player or you are an old player. So my first tip would be to know the game. So basically Jurassic World Alive is a game in which you guard dinosaurs, trick creatures, and you basically level them up, gain some extra coin, DNA. So the first thing you need to know is the creature spawns. Now there are many different creatures in this game, and there is common, there is rare, epic, legendary. Then we have unique, and above unique are the apex, like this Tyrannosaurus Lux, Hadrosaur Lux, and there are two types of creatures which you will usually see are the rare types, which is this one. For example, this creature over here just spawned in my area, and then we have common creatures, which the name suggests. It means that creatures like this Stegosaurus will commonly spawn, and you'll see more of them. Now, once you have enough DNA, you can level these creatures up with your coin, and if you don't have coin, you can just use your bucks, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. So over here, for example, if we just scroll down, because of I have like a lot of creatures, and so for example, if I take this Deinonychus, and once you unlock your creature, you can level it up, evolve it. It has different abilities. For example, this is a raptor type thing, and it also has like different classifications, classes. So this one is a cunning creature. There is also fierce and resilient. So some creatures are better than others, and there are also hybrids. So the hybrids should be your main focus, because if you level up your creature, you can evolve two creatures together to unlock a hybrid. The best example of this is the Velociraptor, because that's the first creature which you will see and you will guard. So the Velociraptor I have over here is at a level 15. Common creatures actually start from level 1. The rare creatures start from level 6, the epic start from level 11, and so on and so forth. So Raptor, I have Raptor on level 15. It takes a lot of coin, but once you have given enough coin, here are the abilities, and you also have some resistances. Now, the really good thing about this game is that you can actually, for example, over here, it tells me where to find the creature. Now over here it says it's on the map everywhere all the time. So you can also get the DNA of this thing in raids. For example, you can see all of these raids. So then we also learn about the creature and your drone darting high score. So once you have leveled up your raptor, you can fuse it with your T-Rex and gain yourself a level 16 indominusrex. Now there are other aspects in this game which you need to know. For example, the crit chance, the shield, the armor, then you also have your health, attack, and speed. Now there are boosts which you can use to boost your creature's attack, health, and speed, depending upon what you need to use it for. For example, if you want a tanky creature, you need to improve its health and attack. And I'll actually give some tips which creature is really good for tanking. And then there's also speed. You can generally use these boosts on every creature, but do keep in mind, if the creature has really good attacks, then and only then you should put these boosts. Now back to the drone part. Here is one more tip which you need to know. So here is my token thing, and then you have your DPG title. Now if you go into your settings, you can obviously connect with your Google Play or log in with your Facebook. There are some different settings in this. For example, you can turn on power saver, but the main thing which you need to know is this drone style. Now when you first play the game, you will have the classic drone style, but you need to actually swap it to the veteran because it makes your drone very fast and makes darting larger and faster creatures a bit more easier. You can dart your Titanoboa much easier while using this, because Titanoboa is like a snake, so it gets kind of hard by darting it. Now there are many different ways to get darts as well. Missions, because as you can see only one mission is left to complete this trader thing, this trader skin. So there are different types of missions. Some missions will actually check. So some different missions will give you will ask you to do different stuff. For example, one mission will ask me to dart a specific creature, or it will ask me to get a critical, or not critical but a direct hit on a specific type or a specific creature. So, and sometimes it will in the monthly missions which I got were of getting 1400 darts. Now the best way to actually get darts in this game is by going to the marketplace. Now once you go to the marketplace, you can actually buy the darts. But obviously, now as you can see, a pile of 350 darts will bring me a bit closer, but a better way is by using these supply drops. These supply drops will give you a lot of things. So for example, if I go here, it will tell me what I can gain from this supply drop. And there are like two types of supply drops. One is the supply drop above these battle things, and there is the other one, this special type one, special event supply drop. Download an app. Now I would recommend downloading this app because it gives you the list of all of the features. Let me actually open the app to help you. So there are different, as you can see, like different categories. You have speed, damage, and health. So if you want a very tanky creature with a lot of health, you can see the Apatosaurus has a lot of max health. So, and you can obviously check for damage and speed. Now the best thing in this is you can actually check your creature spawn. So for example, if you are hunting for a specific creature, for example, you want Ankylosaurus, which by the way, I do actually need Ankylosaurus. So in order to get Ankylosaurus, you need to be in area 1. Now you can check this by, for example, the common creatures which spawn in your area. If a Gallimimus spawns in your area, it means that you are in area 1. Similarly, there is area 1 day dawn dusk. This means that some creatures will spawn at different times. Then we have the global area as well. These are the different areas. You can check the app yourself as well. It's a free app, very easy to use, and it's very small. So this is the global. Anytime these creatures spawn globally, for example the T-Rex, you can see the T-Rex sometimes as well. Raptor will spawn in all areas. Then we have the global other day dawn dusk, different times. We have again dawn and dusk, the indominusrex one. Then we have, and then there's global short range only. Now this is that tiny little circle you see. So there are two circles. One is the bigger circle and one is the short circle. The short circle is your short range only. Here are the features which spawn there, and then there is global daily, Monday, then you have Tuesday, Wednesday, and the entire week. So if you want Gorgosaurus, you have to wait till Thursday in order for the Gorgo to spawn. Then there are some region locked creatures, for example this one and the Struthiomimus. Now in my area this Richininia thing can spawn, but you need to be in Europe for Struthiomimus to spawn. But don't worry, the Struthiomimus is coming in the events which I'll also talk about. And then there are different areas, for example parks. If you go to a park, you can actually dart these specific features. And then there's the ATM, airport, arts, banks, basically different features in different areas. One more thing, other things which you should look out in this app is, for example, we have different rates. Now the main thing about these rates is that you can actually check the levels, the boss level, its health, its damage, the speed, everything basically. You can see its abilities, the rounds, all rounds basically. You can see its reductions as well as resistances. And for example, if I take a creature over here in this thing, so if I go click on in-game thing, and for example, if I were to choose the Ardentus Maxima, so you can see the abilities of this creature, what you need, and the amount of health, damage, and you can increase or decrease this thing's level. Now if you want to make a specific theme of this, for example you want it to be a max health, you can actually increase the health here. This is basically the boost in the game, so you don't have to waste your boost. You can just look on this and you can set your specific amount of DNA. The main thing which I like, you can obviously set your team as well, but the main thing which I like is evolution costs. Now for example, if you want to level up your Giga, you would set it's an epic creature and your current level would be 11, or it can be actually any level. So you want to evolve it to level 15, or not level 15 but level 20 to unlock that Giga links. So what you do is just set all of this and then just hit calculate. Now this will give you the amount of points and give you the amount of DNA required. Now mind you, this is the amount of DNA you need to evolve the thing, not to get Giga links. It's just the amount of DNA you need to evolve. This is the main thing which I like about this app. Now there are other things as well which you can check in this app, but these are the main things which I would recommend using this app for. For example, if you're trying to one more thing, there is also a tier list. So if you're trying to make a really good team, you want to, if you're basically trying to get really good score in the leaderboards, this is basically the ranking of the leaderboard. So for example, you have a specific feature, for example the Ankylosaurus. In this you can see this is basically the feature, and you can see that it's elite high. It's not the top tier, but it's very much used by people as well. So you can use this to make your team as well, and obviously you can make your loadout as well. My team, green team, whatever you want to do, this app will do it for you. So I highly recommend downloading this app. So my next tip would be to go to your email and basically swipe towards check out this events. The events. So now here you can see the strike events and the creatures which will spawn in the given time, and you can see your max attempts of both creatures. Now this is very useful if you're planning ahead. For example, if you don't want to play for example 2-3 days, you can just plan out and yeah, you can just basically wait out and do Saturday, Sunday or Friday, for example, because Saturday, Sunday and Friday only give you epic creatures or even legendary or even unique. So that is that is one more tip for you guys as well, is to basically do all of these battles. Now you might be thinking, how on earth am I going to do all of these battles, because you can't actually go everywhere. So my tip would be to actually just check out the closest one, and if you can do it, just go ahead and do it. So for example, if I'm trying to do this one, I can easily do it with my team, but if you can't, just skip it, upgrade your creatures, and once the time when it is the right time, just do these battles, because these also give you a ton of DNA. The tournament is very useful. Now I don't actually do the tournaments because it takes a lot of time, but if you do DNA, so for example if I do this tier thing, you can see that if I just stay and in this route, if I just keep doing more battles, I'll get this amount of DNA. And you can see the top contributors in your team, in your alliance as well. So I would recommend doing this as well if you want tons of DNA as well. Now the next thing is actually getting yourself a really good alliance. Now the alliance which I'm in is Dino Crisis. Really good alliance, by the way. Thank you guys if you're actually watching this video. Thank you for all of the support you're giving me. Basically why you need an alliance is to get yourself some DNA. And the other thing which I'll tell you, the alliance, you can actually ask your alliance for some tips as well, some good creatures, and the main thing is you can have some friends, and if you go here you can check what your alliance players are actually using. So for example, our leader is using some different type of creatures. Now if you are trying to get a lot of good creatures as well, you can actually check your leader's creatures. Now let me actually see this leader's creatures. So you can see this guy actually has Dinosaurs, Testicovinus, then we have Parasaurolops, then we have Chorus, Trigosaurus, we have the bird thing, we have Giganix, and then we have Todor. He's level 20 max level, so you can just basically do this. Now the next thing which you actually need your alliance for, and you just need your alliance for, and you need a lot of DNA, and sometimes actually people forget this, but this is a very important part of the game. Yeah, so if you go home and you select on the top, and then you go to your alliance, you can just basically do these missions, and with your alliance you can basically unlock and get. So according to that, you can just do your missions over here. There are like 2 different types of missions which you can do, and basically this is my next tip, because I know many people forget about this. I personally actually forget this as well, but this is a very useful thing for new players and even old players. So my next tip would be doing these raids. Now the raids, I know maybe like new player or old player would like, we know we are supposed to do the raids. We need to unlock these apex features, because most of these apex features we need to do the raids. But for newer players, you also have different types of raids. Now right now there isn't any other raid, but there are 4 different categories of raids. You have your rare category, you have your epic, and then legendary. You also have your unique. I'm talking about newer players. The newer player can actually do that rare category raid. You can get DNA from that. Even newer players actually do those raids. For example, if you need Bajarasaurus DNA, just easily do that raid. And the good thing which Ludia has actually done for once, you can actually do the raid with people around the world. Now that's amazing, because initially if you wanted to do a raid, you needed to be with your alliance. But right now you can just simply go to a raid and just simply click that fill button, and people from all around the world will play with you. Now this, I have given you a lot of tips right now, and go to your sanctuaries, because the sanctuaries also give you DNA, but the main thing which I like about them is that you can interact with your creatures. For example, if I go in this sanctuary, I can see this Sinoceratops. You have 3 things in your sanctuary. You can feed your creature, you can interact or play with your creature. So you can overall just see how your creature looks and what it does, the animations of that creature. Other than that, this sanctuary is pretty useless, but if you can put your creatures inside it as well, your alliance might actually gain or use their 3 things and give you DNA. It will upgrade their sanctuary and will give you some DNA as well. So it's a win-win situation. Now these were all of the tips which I gave you guys, and if these tips help you, please do not forget to like and subscribe and smash that bell icon, because really it does help me a lot, because these videos are possible because of you guys, and if you guys keep subscribing, keep watching, keep liking, I'll just continue making these videos and give you more tips. If you guys enjoyed this video, do not forget to smash that subscribe button and chomp that bell icon, and I will give you guys some extra tips and tricks in another video. Oh, bye there.